You are about to step into visions few have seen. I moved through the high realms this morning, and what I saw is for you. You on this frequency for whom this video appeared. Watch closely and let your inner eye see. My name is Sophia. I'm an oracle of the forgotten self and the creative flame. I bring messages from the higher realms to guide those ready to fully awaken, to remember, and to step into their own light. If you feel called to support this work, you can use super thanks, or you can join the membership channel to walk the journey more closely with me. Every bit helps me continuing sharing these messages from the higher realms. So let me share the messages coming through for you this morning. But first, the signs that walked ahead of this message, I also put the signs in the shorts channel, and that is where I will in future always put the signs for you to look out for. I will put a link in the description so that you can find that. The signs are star, dolls, flies, purple flowers, and for some the sudden urge to take an expedition or a pilgrimage. These signs are not random. They are the way the unseen touches your world. When you see them, your soul recognizes that you are walking a path aligned with this message. This morning, as I tapped in, first I saw a blue flame portal that I slipped through, and I traveled far into the unseen until a golden white portal appeared, and I went through that. Not far from that, on the other side of this portal, I saw massive steel doors, ancient steel doors open effortlessly as if it was opened from the other side, and behind them was the first presence who revealed herself, and that was Hecate. She stood there, torch in hand, guardian of thresholds, guide of transitions, and there were purple flowers, which to me emphasized the message that you are being guided. Hecate stepped aside, and what I saw were scenes of desolation. My form shifted into that of a dove, and I flew over these landscapes. What I saw was human-like entities. Their eyes were orange, and they stood in silence, mourning. It looked as if they were mourning, and I heard they were mourning the death of innocence. I saw war scenes, desperation, grief, fear. There was a crocodile that lurked in black waters, which is a symbol of hidden ancient fear. But I was not alone as I flew. I was joined by an owl. So a dove symbolizes peace, as you know, and an owl, wisdom. So we flew over these landscapes and saw these entities and these scenes. There was snow. This is the reminder that your higher self wants you to get. Even in the darkest inner landscapes, peace and wisdom are available to you. You are not meant to drown in your own shadow. As I landed back in my human form, there was a king that appeared. He was seated in the dark, was still outside on the burnt grass or the burnt ground. He had an enormous crown that was shining, a golden crown, but he was resting his chin on his fist. It reminded me of the king in The Little Prince, powerful yet powerless, ruling a kingdom he could not feel. This figure represents power without alignment, and that power leaves the soul burdened. As I was standing there, there was a feminine presence that I felt, but suddenly from the shadows, a pack of wild dogs ran towards me. They moved very fast and instinctive. Just as quickly as they started to run towards me. They passed around me and they continued on their path. Old fears, chaos, and instinctive reactions no longer have any power over you. Remember, you are moving in a new frequency, a frequency of safety and clarity. You do not have to fear any harm. After the dogs passed, the feminine presence that I have felt showed her form, and it was Freya, the goddess of war and love, the bearer of prophecy, the keeper of the destiny thread. She walks with those ready to reclaim themselves from shadow. She walks when endings are transforming into beginnings. Her presence brought strength, courage, and clarity as we continued uphill through these desolated lands. She walked beside me and we traveled towards the snow landscape. I have experienced this landscape yesterday also in visions, the same landscape. And then we saw the first signs of green. Her energy is there to remind you that your transition is supported. The divine feminine is guiding and protecting. Yesterday when I walked the same landscape of snow, burnt trees, charred vegetation, frozen above, burnt below, a landscape of grief and desolation that reminded of old timelines, I was reminded that the light is inside of you. We continued walking until the green trees appeared and the path began to shift. Then I saw a lane of trees that started to form with a canopy overhead. Freya remained behind and another queen waited for me. We stepped onto a cart. We traveled towards a kingdom of sunlight and restoration and life. The journey took longer than I expected as I saw the castle in the distance that we were traveling to. But this is also a reminder for you. Emergence and restoration is very rarely instant. It does take some time. Trust the process. The journey took so long that when we arrived, night fell. Inside the castle was a room prepared for me to rest, for contemplation, a fire, a soft bed, a bath. It was like a sanctuary. Remember, there is a space of restoration for you. Even if you are still walking through darkness, remember, this is waiting. After this, I returned to my body. I knew the journey was not complete. I tapped in again, and I was shown a blue lotus, an open lotus, and I heard the voice repeatedly as if to reassure me. The lotus always remains pure. The lotus always rises from the mud. And then I saw the Mother Goddess. The vision was one where I could see the curve of the earth, and she was above that. But still she lifted my chin to look up. I felt Mary Magdalene in her presence also, in this restoring light that she brought. A golden white light radiated over the earth. And I heard that you are the light. The light is inside you. After this, it was night. Night fell, the stars returned, and the Night Queen appeared. She was veiled in starlight, crowned with constellations, ancient and luminous. She watches over the quiet integration, the sacred stillness after the illumination. That I realized and felt in my body. This is not for me alone. I want you to take all these messages and integrate them as they resonate when you are ready. So all these signs you have seen, the visions you have heard, all are part of your path. That goddesses walk with you as they walked with me. And the greatest truth of all, that the light is not something you seek, it's something you are, is yours. Thank you for being here and for walking this path with me. Let me know how this resonated. I look forward to connect with you in the comments. And I'll speak to you very soon. I'm sending you my infinite love. Goodbye.